Welcome to Africa. Peace and love, where we uncover the stories behind the struggles. Millions of people now live under their control. It's a war Donald Trump claims to have ended. The Congo we did. We settled the Congo with Rwanda. That was a machete war. That was a gruesome war. Close to 10 million people killed. We got that. But M23 say their fight is far from over, and civilians continue to pay the price. We've been granted access to the vast territory M23 now controls. Goma, home to over 1 million people, sits right on the border with Rwanda. 8 months ago, we were here just after M23 captured the city, following a fierce battle with the Congolese government forces. Goma became the seat of power for the rebels and their political allies, the Congo River Alliance. At that time, hundreds of thousands of people were sheltering here in some of Africa's largest refugee camps. Now, those camps are gone, and a new normal is taking shape. Aside from enforcing security, the new rulers collect taxes, build roads, and lead cleanup campaigns. We meet Goma's new mayor, flanked by M23 soldiers, part of a military-appointed administration determined to project a cleaner image to the world. Life in Goma may be cleaner and safer than it was months ago, but the Congolese government has frozen the banks, meaning cash is scarce. The city's airport, once the scene of deadly fighting, now stands silent. Oscar Belinda, an M23 spokesman, takes us on a tour. As you can see, this Sukhoi fighter jet used to belong to the government, but now it belongs to us. M23 wasn't just battling government forces here, they were also fighting UN peacekeepers. The UN mission in Congo, known as MONUSCO, is the longest and most expensive peacekeeping operation in history. Its mandate on paper is to prevent armed groups like M23 from taking over. But, viewed with deep suspicion by the rebels, they now operate under M23's terms. Why is the airport not in operation? There are mines, Oscar says. The UN promised to remove them, but they haven't started. We also need equipment for the tower. After that, we can open the airport. We don't need Kinshasa's permission. M23's rule stretches far beyond the city. They now govern more than 10 million people in the key regions of eastern Congo. As we travel through their territory, some improvements are visible. Earlier this year, it took 9 hours to travel 60 kilometers on this road. Now it takes 2. Oscar Belinda, this time in civilian clothes, gets the crowd singing. In the battle for hearts and minds, the rebels are keen to present themselves as champions of the people. But to the Congolese government, these fighters are simply puppets of neighboring Rwanda, here to plunder the region's rich mineral deposits. The conflict's roots run deep back to colonial-era borders that split ethnic communities. M23 are led by Tutsis, the same ethnic group targeted during the 1994 Rwandan genocide. They claim they are protecting Congolese Tutsis from similar persecution. According to the UN and international observers, Rwanda supports the rebels with funding, weapons, and even troops. Claims Rwanda denies all sides have been accused of serious human rights abuses. Further north, fighting continues in the countryside once known as Congo's breadbasket. Donald Trump said he stopped the machete war. But here in Masisi, just 20 miles north, fighting between M23 rebels and pro-government soldiers continues. At the local hospital, the wounds of war remain. International organizations like MSF keep the health system running. Our services are overwhelmed, says Dr. James Ghana. We do the best we can. The front line is close. Last week, they received 10 violent trauma cases in a short period. Among the injured is Herdine Zabimana and her family. They were hit by shrapnel when a bomb exploded near their home. One of their children was killed. In the children's ward, dozens of babies wait for urgent care. Insecurity has caused severe malnutrition. The land here is fertile, but people cannot farm safely. The stories in Masisi reveal the relentless suffering of civilians. But without a political solution, the fighting will continue. Footage published by M23 shows thousands of fresh recruits preparing to deploy to the front lines. Another wave of men caught in an endless cycle of violence. We sat down with M23's president, Bisimwa, sanctioned by both the US and EU. He sees himself as a liberator of the Congolese people. But the UN has accused M23 of mass killings. Human Rights Watch reported 140 executions in several villages. He denies all allegations. The Congolese government does not control this territory, yet it remains the only authority recognized by the international community. M23 was not included in the Trump-brokered peace deal between the DRC and Rwanda, a deal that has done little to change the reality on the ground. Meanwhile, the government has reportedly offered American companies access to critical mining sites, some of them under M23 control. What is your message to the Western world? We ask. The people of Eastern Congo are no strangers to war. M23's rule is secure for now, but their long-term objectives remain unclear. If no real path to peace with Kinshasa is found, the rebel road may eventually lead to the capital itself.